And I want to invite you to open-mindedly jump into that pool, that ocean of who you are and everything that exists inside of you. I'm in Mexico, there are dogs. Hello, hello. Hi, my name is Jamila, aka Earthling Era, and welcome to my channel. Thank you for being here. Usually I am inside when I record these kind of just like face-to-face videos, but today I'm outside because we have some sun today. He's hiding a little bit, it'll come back out. Inside the house is pretty cold, and I have something I want to share with you that I feel like I could not do in the cold. This message, this video, is for anyone who is in the midst of a healing journey. I want to say congratulations. I want to say I'm so proud of you. I want to say you're doing a beautiful job. Keep going. And I also want to share something that I think is really beautiful about the healing process in general. If you're new to this channel, this is a space that is mostly about getting free, living mindful, aligned lives, living lives of our true desires, living lives that are heart-led and purpose-led. So it includes a lot of my travels here in Mexico and beyond, but it's also some of these just face-to-face videos where I'm sharing with you some of my experiences, some of my insights, things that I've learned that I think are valuable enough to share and support others as they move through their journeys, as you move through your journey. And this one is that the healing journey is never over. That's what I wanted to share with you. I want to let you know, if you don't know already, you will never be healed, period. You'll never be healed, okay? There's no such thing. And I hope that that is not daunting, because I see how that could be daunting if you're in the midst of this journey and you really want to get to a place where you're there. But I think hopefully it could also be liberating. I hope that it can be liberating for you as well, to just know that like you're on a spot in this never-ending path, and it's always going to be opening and unraveling for you. And so you don't have to rush, and you don't have to get to this any kind of end point. Just you being on the path, just that seed having been planted within you that you want some kind of change, means you're going to continue on that path, and you're already on that path, right? And let it be that. Let it be a full, beautiful journey. We, in our individual bodies, in our individual lives, in our individual souls, are beautiful manifestations of the world at large, okay? And maybe you believe in some kind of utopia. I'm not really sure if I believe in something like that. What does utopia look like in you? Are you ever going to be perfect? Are you ever going to be completely light and shiny and happy and good? Like, no, we're messy, we're complex, we have things about us that we might not like, that other people might not like. The reason that utopia is so, unlikely is because there's so many different perspectives at which we can look at it. My utopia may not look like your utopia. Utopia, to me, is the ability for all of us to be able to find a way to accept each other and live in harmony as best as we can. And when problems arise, when conflict arises, we know how to manage it and we know how to handle it. So that's the same thing for us on the individual level, in our individual bodies too, right? It's not that we're just golden and we're going to be loved and adored by everyone, and we're never going to have any shame, and we're never going to have any insecurities, and we're always going to be doing everything right. But it means that when we meet conflict, whether with someone else or we see it within ourselves, we are like, okay, I think I know how to manage this. I think I know what areas of myself I need to look at, and I think I know how I can move forward from this moment and continuously strive to be a better version of myself, right? So actually, even on a scientific level, this has some basis. The state of health, the state of wellness within the body is actually a state of homeostasis, which is in motion, going from not healthy to healthy, not healthy to healthy, always working to keep us in a healthy and going state. Because even as I'm healthy, as I'm alive and I'm thriving and I'm well and I'm here and I'm talking to you and I'm happy and I've eaten and my body is doing all the things it's supposed to be doing right now, thank God. Even as that's all going on, I'm aging. I'm still in a process of decay, ultimately. I'm not a vampire. I'm not Rosalie, I'm not Bella, I'm human. I'm alive. And part of being alive means that we're in motion and that there is no state of absolute precious perfection. Thank God. Thank God for that. I want to give you this reminder that your healing journey is always in motion and there's never an end to it, because I think that's actually absolutely beautiful. And I want to invite you to open-mindedly jump into that pool, that ocean of who you are and everything that exists inside of you. I'm in Mexico, there are dogs. And I share this for two reasons. One is because I want you to know that you have immense depth that there is to explore, and I want you to continuously get to the deepest version of yourself that you could possibly discover in the time that you have to do it. But I also want to encourage you to stay on your P's and Q's, because regression is possible if we are not constantly staying on top of those areas that we've so successfully healed in. You know, particularly for me, it's in the area of relationships. My ascendant, my rising sign is in Libra, and we've had all these eclipses in Libra, and there's been so many lessons for me about how I show up, how I take emotional space up in relationships, what I accept and what I don't accept, my boundaries, all of these things. The universe has been throwing at me. Thank you. For me to look at, work through, and heal through. And even though I'm so grateful that I've been able to see those things and journal through them and have therapy through them and, you know, listen to coaches and all of these things, I could still go back into old patterns. I can still go back into old behaviors, and I've caught myself getting into those old behaviors. I'm like, but the eclipses are over. But I did it, and I shed it, and it's gone, and I'm new, and I'm... Clovey, I need you to stay here. If my dog leaves, the other neighbor dog, she will just bark her head off, and I can't leave you this message, so Clover needs to stay right here. Please. And I need you to settle down, because I'm doing something. No. Thank you. No. Thank you. Because I'm thinking, it's done. I've done it. I'm new. I've healed. It's over. Let's go on to the next one. No. The boundaries need to be maintained. The folks who are going to come and not respect the boundaries are still going to come. So I need to continuously be the person who's aware and who's being mindful of myself and my emotions and my needs and my desires, and continuously communicating those. I need to be in the practice. You never stop being in the practice. It might get easier. It might become more natural. You might have shifted neural pathways. You might see yourself differently. It might come more naturally. But just a caution to you that we still need to be mindful of where we've come and the healing that we've done, so we know to continuously be showing up for that, and maintaining the versions of us that we are healing into. But let's get to the fun part. The fun part is the realization. I call it excavation, when we're going through healing and we're realizing all these new things that come up. And even as we're running through and meeting all the bases, and I don't do sports, as we're, you know, passing, I don't know, a sport reference for this, even as we're jumping over all the hurdles and, you know, like, even as we move forward and we check all the boxes and we do all the things, there's gonna be more. I don't care how old you are. I don't care if you're in your 60s or 80s watching this. There is so much more. There is so much more to you. You never stop getting. Remember, we as individuals are all manifestations of the world, of Source itself. We all represent all of the many extremely diverse ways, from different human personalities, from different literal, from being a leaf to being a human, to being a star, to being a dog, being a piece of paper, to being a shoe. These are all the different ways that Source is able to represent itself. And as reflections of that very Source, then what is within you as well? What are all the different many ways that you could possibly be, who you could possibly become? Excavate. Continue to dig, continue to dig, continue to find yourself. You are so profound. You are an ocean. Okay? You are a dream. You do not have an end. And so that I hope that is exciting. I hope that it encourages you to feel limitless. I encourage you to meditate on this concept of infinity. In systems thinking, I have a few certificates in the study of systems thinking, and it informs the whole way that I facilitate my inclusive systems design workshops, and everything that I do is kind of rooted in this background and understanding of systems thinking. And there's one concept in systems thinking, we call it part-whole thinking. It's not part-whole thinking, it's part-whole. It's a concept, it's a thing. Anything in existence is a part of something larger, right? Anything in existence is a part of something larger. At the same time, anything in existence can also be broken up into smaller pieces. Whether you're getting to, like, I used to think this when I was like in science class. I remember I was in like chemistry when I was like, I don't know, maybe 13 or something. And it just blew my mind because I was like, what happens if I just keep ripping up this piece of paper? There's always going to be more for me to rip. And I asked my teacher this, and he said, well, you'll just like eventually get to the atomic level. Maybe it'll explode or something, but then what does it explode into? It still explodes into something, right? You can always keep getting smaller and smaller and smaller. And I think about this a lot too. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We know that kind of infinity, right? You can just go infinitely. Numbers don't stop. There's no end. But even 1 and 2, between them, there are infinite numbers. 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, 1.4. That is also infinite. It's crazy. There's no end. That's the universe. That's the world. As far as we know, there's no way out of this. I'm getting super existential. But it's true, and the same is true for you. The same is true for your soul. You know, technically, in a way, we are very much immortal. And so I'm so honored and I'm so excited to be here with you on this journey of discovering not only our collective depth, but also our individual depths. And I hope it's an exciting journey for you. I hope it's an inspiring journey for you. You are beautiful and perfect in all of your imperfections while you're on your healing journey. And you deserve so much love. You deserve so much love just for being who you are right now. There's no other way you need to be. There's no one else you need to be. And the number one person who's responsible for giving you that love that you deserve right now is you. And I'll end this by saying something that has really struck me recently we just had a full moon in Taurus. And I was like reading up on the full moon in Taurus, you know, seeing where the areas I need to pay attention to. And someone had mentioned how, you know, they were describing what a full moon is, you know, a full moon is the sun directly shining. And they were like, we never see the dark side of the moon. Unless you're in space and you're an astronaut and you go up there and you see the other side of the moon. And like, yeah, I know that. But it really struck me in that moment because I'm like, when I think of my depths, I so often think of the phases of the moon and how she shows us her many different faces, and sometimes she hides and sometimes she's fully showing herself and sometimes she's not showing herself at all, and she, you know, how she moves that way. And I think about that a lot when I think about all of the different phases and shapes that we have and the different ways that we can show up. But then also that realization that, like, man, and there's a whole other side that we still haven't seen, that we may never see, the dark side of the moon. And so I think of that side of me, the dark side of me, and not meaning dark as in negative or bad or, you know, that, not even in the shadow way, just there's so much more. I'm excited to meet her. I'm excited to discover her. And I'm so grateful to have all the time that I could possibly have to do that. And I wish you the abundance of time to do that as well. I think there's a spider web on my face. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being here. Have a blessed journey.